But give it up. Let's give you full attention, give him a lot of love. Reed Willoughby, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey guys. Look, I'll just start with my darkest joke. Is that what you guys want?
Yeah.
I think I've figured it out. I think I know what the best part of being in the Boy Scouts is. Alright? Hear me out. The best part of being in the Boy Scouts is that by the time you get molested, you already know how to tie a noose. It's right there the whole time. Now I'll transition into some less dark material. I'll get back there, I'll come back, I'll circle back. Look, do you guys ever do this? Do you ever go like shop and you buy a weird combination of things? And like when you put them on the counter, it sort of just tells a story about your mental state? Because man, I went shopping the other day, right? I just bought 3 things. That's all I needed. But they looked weird. It looked bad when I put them on the counter together. Because like it was just a family pack of Tim Tams, 2 liters of milk, and lube. The depression trifecta, I call it. No, like when I put them on the counter, the cashier, she gave me this look. You know, like this weird look. I can only describe it as like a combination of utter disgust and slight arousal. But you know, I was like, look, bitch, don't judge me. Like I'm broke as fuck. Just let me have the fun that I can afford. So anyway, I went home and I poured the milk all over myself. Lubed up a Tim Tam and shoved it up my ass. Oh yeah, I'm glad you guys you're a good crowd. I'm glad you guys are down with that. I'll be honest with this. I'm working my way up to a mint slice. Maybe one day a wagon wheel. You've gotta have goals, people. Achievable goals, very important. And look, I know what you're all thinking. You can tell just by looking at me. But yeah, all right. My girlfriend, she's bisexual. Big deal. This dude's fucking eyes lit up when he heard that. Bisexual. Whenever I tell guys that, they're always like, fucking, what? Is it threesomes? Do you get threesomes? It does not mean threesomes, alright? All it means is she dresses like a man and has depression. No threesomes. Well, you know, the only threesome she's interested in is 2 dudes. You know, the bad one. You know, like at least I'm involved, but yeah, just me and 2 dudes. That's her fantasy, like for real. She told me that. She was like, I just want to see you be vulnerable. I was like, I can be vulnerable and not be put on the spit. Like, let me try another way, please. Yeah, and I guess she's the cuck in that fantasy, so I learned a lot about my girlfriend then. No, my girlfriend's a good chick, she's a good chick. But she made me start wearing condoms again recently. Not for any weird reason, like just because she didn't want to get pregnant. Yeah, because she got like a thing removed. The fucking, what's it called? You know, she had like fuck you, you cunt. That's the punchline. You ruined the joke. You ruined that entire joke. Fucking. Well, maybe it's a shit joke if it was that obvious. Right, yeah. Fetus, right, yeah. Well, you got a good laugh off that, man. Alright, I'll move on. Don't worry, I got another abortion joke. I can come back to it. Look, abortions. Everybody loves it. Now look, I believe in abortions, personally. I really should say that I agree with them, because like, you know, I don't really believe in them. I've never seen the evidence. But no, I agree with them. And I think most guys do, you know, because it's like, it's too easy for us, because we've got no skin in the game. That's why I think like if you're a guy and you want to get an abortion, you should have to do it. Don't freak out. Not in like a surgical way. I mean like a whimsical way, you know, shrink you down, send you in, hand-to-hand combat. Hear me out, like 4 weeks in, just the little peanut thing, fucking piece of piss. Like, be like, yes, I'll abort this 4-week-old baby, easy. But 16 weeks in, what is that freaky little dolphin-looking thing? In an aquatic environment? The odds stacked against you. You'll be taking in a couple of weapons, like an old fishing line, fucking a couple of plastic straws, jamming that blowhole. That's the end of my abortion chunk. No, before I met my girlfriend, I was, hooking up with chicks around here and there, and I hooked up with this chick uptown, or at the club. It was back in my shitty hometown we call Uptown, right? I was out at the clubs and hooked up with this chick. Went back to her place, and she said something pretty crazy to me. She goes, "I want you to suck my vagina." Wild. I know, crazy. She didn't actually say that, but well, she did. She just didn't say vagina. She's like a much more vulgar word. She actually, I don't even know if I can say it on stage. She used the C word, right? I know, and I was like, part of me was like, oh, that's like kind of vulgar, but it was also like real sexy, you know? But it was like, it was too vulgar, you know? But like, you know, I was kind of tempted because like, it was weird. I'd never actually heard a woman refer to her vagina as a cock. I mean, you know, we were in Thailand, so like, if the shoe fits, suck it, as the phrase goes. And look, I never thought I'd go through with that, but like, when you're in the heat of the moment, it's hard to control your desires. But like, when I woke up the next morning, I was just torn apart, like physically, mentally. Torn apart. My brain was in two completely different modes, you know. One part of me was like disgusted and like ashamed of myself, you know. But then this other part of me was actually like really proud of myself. You know, like I'd taken a big step forward, right? Because I finally made a woman come. Yeah, just wished it wasn't all over my back. Yucky. It's nice and warm though. I have a controversial opinion. I feel like Love on the Spectrum and yeah, I mean, Love on the Spectrum and Love Island are the same show, just on different ends of the spectrum. You know, because on one side of the spectrum you've got like the autistic people learning to date, and it's like wholesome and cute and just beautiful, really. But then on the other end of the spectrum, you've just got an island full of retards. I reckon if you took the hottest girl from the spectrum and put her on the island, the guys wouldn't be able to tell. Like she won't, you know, they'd be like, she won't look me in the eyes, and they're like, I think she's just looking at my body. That punchline could use some work. Yeah, I don't know. Dude, have you ever had a gay sex dream?
I'll go tonight.
Jesus. Damn, right. But you've never had one before? Never? Really? You've never even had a dream where you were banging a chick, but then she turned around and it was your dad's face? You've never had a dream like that? It can't just be me, right? Because man, I'm straight, but I've had a couple of gay sex dreams. They slip through your crack. So they get you. But I had this one in particular, really fucked me up mentally. And I think it was because it wasn't even really sexual, it was just like emotionally gay. You know, it's just like me and my girlfriend were hanging out, we're just having like the best day of our lives, just like really feeling the love, you know, and she was a man. And the reason this dream fucked me up so bad is because I was so much happier with him. Yeah, more of a gay sex nightmare. Yeah, learned a little bit too much about myself that night. Moving on, that's clearly not relatable. Here's something relatable. Kids these days, right? Oh, man, kids these days, fucking so spoiled. You know what I'm saying? So spoiled when it comes to porn. Like, come on. They don't know how good they've got it, man. That's exactly right. Like, fuck, man. Back in our day, like, if you want to have a quick little Maz in the shower, you can't take in your phone and get a Pornhub. No, I had to be creative. I had to crank up the heat, wait for the mirror to fog over, and then